Another channel, in fact a much bigger channel, sent me this and asked me to look at this. So what do we see walking through a door? A sort of middle-aged person with grey hair and, I don't know, anyway, middle-aged person. When they go in that garage, they turn into like cartoons, and then I noticed when they were walking in, oh my goodness gracious me, it's as clear as daylight. But anyway, I'm not going to go on too much about that. My point was, when I was looking at this bit of footage, was that actually they just sort of vanished. Look, they're disappearing cartoon-like as they walk through that door, turn into cartoon-like. And I've already just done a video about that, how they can make things look almost real, but of course you slow it down, and that's where people are coming along now. I'm really happy that people are starting to slow the footage down and come back to me, because they've seen things for themselves. They've seen it when they slow it down, they realise what I'm talking about. Anyway, so in the garage they've kind of vanished. Cartoon-like vanish, because you can cartoon-like see them. Anyway, so this is the person that goes into that garage, the 50 or the middle-aged person with those things in its hair. So that's the person that goes through the door, and this is them coming out of the door. And I was like, what is that on the top of their head? What is that? A platform? What is that? Does anybody have any ideas? I don't know if there's a letter or anything, but that's definitely something weird stuck on the top of their head. And this next bit of footage is going to be how I break down. And in fact, we're not looking at a middle-aged person. We're actually looking at somebody in their 30s. Look at the eyebrows for a start. And as they walk across the screen, the top of their head, the hair is 2 layers. And then the layer underneath is a 30-year-old man. Anyway, so this is what you see in slow motion. People will say, oh, it's the GoPro. I don't think those cameras have GoPro. I think whatever they do is they add it to make it more complicated for us to actually work things out, to be honest. Anyway, you saw that person walk off, and they're very strange. So we go through it again. They go in the garage, they turn into cartoons. She comes out, or they come out the garage, very dark black eyes, as if they've already got glasses on, but then they don't have glasses on, and they've got that platform thing on top of their head. And then as they start to come across the screen, I realise that I just do that thing that I do. I break the video down, I break their face down. Instead of this one being from side to side, it was actually taking the top of their head off. And you can see that there's 2 lines in their hair. So the top of the head and the middle bit by their ears isn't real, but the bottom part of their head is where they've stuck the rest of the stuff on. Why didn't they just tell us they were masking the officers? Why not tell us? Surely if they're telling the truth, they tell us. Anyway, so there you go. It's a much younger man with dark hair underneath. So, you know me, I fiddle around with it backwards and forwards to try and get a better picture of this person. But as you can see, it's not a middle-aged person. I don't know what happens to their face there, but as they go off screen, all these weird things happen. I mean, that looks horrible, doesn't it? But anyway, that you only see for a split second, but there's 2 layers in their hair there. The dark hair at the bottom, then a layer on the top. But anyway, we're going to go and play this piece of footage now.
Of our central New York communities. We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 5 produces.
But we are concerned about the troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country. The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
At CBS...
There, I mean, you can see how much they've changed. I'm sorry, it's not a GoPro camera. But there you go. A much younger person underneath that head. So put it to the line roughly where they've cut into that person. There, see, there's the 2 lines. 1, 2, and I'm going back. So 1 layer, another layer, and then that one. And that's where we're going to, is that layer there. And there's the younger man. So, coming out the garage with those dark black eyes, with looking like they've got glasses on, but actually they've got glasses on the top of their head. But I don't know if they've got glasses at all now, but they did. Oh, and that's who's underneath them. A much younger man. A much younger man. This was supposed to be a welfare check at the Watts house when they said a woman broke in. So it was something simple. It wasn't about any more murders or oil fields or anything like that. This was about a simple check going to the house. Even this has been tampered with. Even this. Why didn't they tell us that they have masked the officers? Sort of. Well, sort of, because actually you can see the person. You can see the person underneath. A much younger person. So please, everybody, I keep showing you, you need to watch and listen. There's something so wrong that the police can't even give us proper footage of a 30-year-old man walking around their house. Why didn't they just mask their faces out? Why didn't they just mask their faces out?